Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Fam. Hey, thanks for rejoining me. First of all, I appreciate you staying with me. The next portion of this is just me baking and mixing the cake and trying to get it in the oven. I probably talked about a little life lessons and just, had casual conversation along the way. That's something that I really want to do in addition to baking or coming up with whatever concoction, something good to eat that we come up with in this kitchen. A part of the atmosphere that I'm trying to create is a place where I can talk about anything, and whoever happens to be my guest or sitting in this kitchen as a part of my family is welcome to throw that conversation in. So that's kind of like my little twist. Yes, I want to learn how to bake and cook with cannabis, but I also want to talk about my experiences from the military without getting too in depth, but about my life and leading up to it. Anyway, that's gonna come in time and then throughout our little sessions, but I appreciate you joining me again, and just go ahead and watch. And again, like I said in the first intro, make sure you subscribe if you like. Leave any comments and post down below, and I will try my best to reach out and answer all of them, or just have an opinion on it, because opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. My mama used to always say that, and I always look for an opportunity to say it myself. But please tune in, hang with me, and continue to grow with me in the Kitchen with Fam. It'll be like the dosing of it. I think I will put it on the cake before I bake it, and then cover it with the frosting. And then I'll save some and put the other half in the frosting when I mix it. Like, spread the cake without being dosed, and then mix the other a little bit more with the dosed. Yeah, these pecan tassies I make, that's just what they're called. It's like little bitty pieces of pecan heaven, like a little pecan pie, with think of a cream cheese flour butter crust. Really flaky, because the cream cheese does that to the thing. You roll them up into balls.
Man, they used to make their pies.
Exactly. And well, it's not a pie crust traditionally. It's more crumbly. Yeah, but it's that type of flakiness. And then you make a brown sugar, 1.5 cups, and 1 tablespoon. I mean, it is, and it's like, it goes with the flow. Like, it's a chill atmosphere. You see my vanilla? I know I took it down. Do you see?
That's what I was wondering about, because I hadn't seen any of that. I was wondering.
Maybe I put it back. I did. Excuse me. That's the heavy cream. It's just a tablespoon of vanilla. Just let it sit in the milk. That is heavy cream. It is going to go with we got heavy cream that's going to be the ganache. So now I got a dirty thing. So usually I would go a little faster, and one of the things that'll probably speed up the process is that I'll have everything hanging out. This is kind of like a little, this spur of the moment kind of.
I mean, they said they couldn't get rid of enough eggs. And
Really?
They only had something like, I think maybe eight chickens.
Well, were they, the eggs were good?
Oh, they were good. They just couldn't use them enough, so they had to keep bringing a bunch of them into work and just giving them away.
Wow. I understand they're like richer.
I tried when they get omelet.
Give you the base for the chocolate cake. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I love that I just thought, wow, that's awesome. Right? That's pretty cool though, right? I thought so.
Cease to surprise you about the kindness that they actually have. Just a little thoughtful thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was like. This is like, I just like it. They were nice enough to, think of us, and they also is good business practice because you got to do business with people and they got to want to come back. So they probably recognize that, we could potentially end up wanting more and be a repeat. Just like I work with Diana. She is awesome. I bought a house with her as a little E5 in San Antonio, Texas. She worked with Keller Williams, and I stayed with her throughout the rest of my Army career. So when I needed a rental agency, even though that was something that she didn't do, she made the recommendation for me and found me someone whenever I needed to check on my house, because she's a good person. And let me be clear, I've been all over the world and still own that home, and she helped me completely. Never once. She like, you know what? Let me look into it. I'll give you a call. And then when she's reaching back saying, hey, this is what I got. This is what you need to do, or whatever. That's what you want in a realtor, And she became my friend. But, in the same way, you don't infringe on friendship. So you allow her to do her job, because if she came and needed some assistance from me, from my Army perspective, I'm going to do my job. I'm not going to be putting my whatever on her like, oh, well, we friends. No, that's her job. That's her livelihood. She has to do it. She's trying to make a living just like I'm making a living. We just in two different fields, but I'm not going to infringe on her and I's friendly relationship when it comes to business. You got to keep business.
And it should never be that way.
And you know what? She has never, ever steered me wrong. She has always made me secure in her professionalism and her friendship. Absolutely. So.
It's nice to meet people when they still get it.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of, being in this military. It's like when you're in the military, you're forced to move and meet and engage with people. And then you really get to learn a lot about yourself. And you get to learn that, the world is not all black and white. It's colors. No, I don't feel like I have that good enough. Well, I don't want you. Huh?
They're about to get in his home there.
Yeah.
I miss when the family used to actually take the time to make some cakes and cookies.
It just makes me happy, when I'm like, wow, I can make this, and it might not look like the picture, but I've made it mine. You know what I mean? I've made it mine, and I'm happy with that. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. All right. I like to run out of space. Got that. So basically what I'm going to do is, add this flour and milk mixture, alternate.
What's the oven set for?
350.
I like the style of like the oven being like without you having to bend over.
Yeah, like it's just right there.
Cupcakes. What do you think?
I love cupcakes. There's a lemon like chiffon recipe that I did, like a lemon. It was like a very light lemon cake, not really chiffon, but it was a lemon cake recipe that I found, and it had really good taste in the batter, and the frosting was like really good. It's a delicate cake, and I made it twice. The first time I made it, but the icing was like just too runny, but the cake was phenomenal. I mean, it was delicious. So I made, it was so moist, and you make it with egg whites, which lends to the moistness. It was a really good cake. So I've been thinking about making a lemon cupcake with this. It's a cake recipe, but making the lemon cupcakes and then adding maybe a lemon curd, like giving a hole and putting lemon curd in there. You know, taking a hole out. I just think that'll be like delicious. You know, I really do. So that's another one I was thinking, you know, because cannabis, basically, I'm understanding it needs a fat to bind to. Okay, you see me making a mess. Up. Sandy, are you causing this? Are you causing me to drop stuff? I'm one of those people that don't like to, yeah, no, not while I'm in here. I can't. I don't like it. Yeah, I know. They're over there like, what? Why are you treating us this way? It's like nobody treats you a way. I don't want it to stiffen up. All right. Was I supposed to end with that? Sometimes I mix it up, but you know what? Because you're like, all right, let me wrap this up. So you're gonna end with flour, and I'm putting it all over the place. But again, I didn't really. I'm gonna shut that off.
That's so cool to actually like see someone make all those.
Just put all that flour in there. And then what happens is you go ahead and you mix it. I'm gonna wipe it down one more time, and then I'm gonna add this chocolate to it, and that's what makes the chocolate cake. So basically I'm gonna get that nice and mixed down, scrape down the sides, make sure everything is good, and then at a low speed I'll add this. Right? That's where it gets good, because then you smell the cake. Right now you smell the chocolate, and you don't really smell the batter, which has, you know, brown sugar, eggs, you know, flour and whatnot. Basic, you know, cake recipe. So I'm gonna mix it one more time. Right? I'm gonna let it. What? The homework piece? Yeah. I'm working on it. I just got issues. I mean, shit, the last 3 assignments has been late. I've been all over the place. But you know what? That's a part of, you know, transitioning and getting, you know, dealing with your things you bring, your extra packages you bring from the military. I don't know about nobody else, but for me, I find staying, you know, on focus and understanding where I want to go next That was hard to do. And that's why, I take a smoke break, or I take a cookie break, or whatever I can have it in break, because it brings me right back to where I need to be. And I love that. It brings me back to where I need to be. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to stir this. Huh? Yeah, it's like a small reset. And I'm not telling people to go out there and just, smoke to your heart's content. Although I am. What I'm saying is make it fit into your life. You know what I mean? Make it be relevant. For me, I can see me, I'll work a job, or I'll find something that I'm interested in doing. If it means it's outside of the house, it's outside of the house. I know that I have options now. I don't have to worry about, I'll get drowsy if I take the medicine that the military gave me. You know what I mean? That worries me about driving and being out there. You know what I mean? Because, if you're impaired, you're impaired. For me, I'd like something, CBD is meant for you to get all the effects from, cannabis use without the euphoric, without the psychedelic influence, of THC. So that's definitely something that it's being incorporated into my life. But sometimes you can, is it interesting to watch that? I don't want them looking at me washing dishes. No? Okay. Sandy is being, just for the record, oh, that's not my face, that's my hands. For the record, what I'm saying is, I don't know why Sandy is talking to me like this. You don't have to be like that, Sandy. You're going to stay and help me with my homework when we take a break and I get these jokers in the oven. I got to hurry up, too. All right, there go that cake. Boom. Right? I'm making more of a mess. That comes from not being, isn't it? It just looks messy. No? It feels messy. All right, let me, I know this cake is going to be, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get these ready. So, you know what? I can't remember how I saw them do this, but I think it's you oil the pan and then put the thing back on it, and then that comes off with it. So I'm fine with that. That's what I'm going to do. And if it's not, guess what? Next time I'll know. And I know you're probably saying you could look that up. I could, but no, I'm not. I just feel like sometimes you can just take a step out there. You know what? That's a skill set that I'm not willing to lose from the military. I'm going to keep that and reappropriate it. Right? Adapt and overcome. And figure your own way out. Right? One of the things I always say, anybody out there in military land, you'll understand this. When you get to a new command and you're going to be in a position, right? It's going to be a leadership position. And you're going to have to figure out your particular way of getting it done, right? I've always been like this. I am always in a position where I can learn something from someone. However, at the end of the day, I'm going to take from a whole bunch of different kit bags and I'm going to prepare my foundation for whatever it is that I'm, whatever that next thing is that I'm doing, that new command. I'm going to step out on my own faith because, you can't always depend on everyone else, and you have to be able to have original ideas yourself. But you have to be able to integrate them with the grooving of the environment. If there's people there and they have something to give you and you put it in your kit bag, and you can incorporate it into what you're doing, or you can say, okay, I'll file that away. Because for me, I look at when you do the left seat, right seat, or you're training with the person that you're replacing, and they're like, okay, well, so I do this like this. For example, everybody has done a left seat, right seat, especially in deploying, right? You get to a place and someone tells you, hey, you're never going to be successful at this job. Let me tell you why. I did this, and this, and was never successful. And I'm telling you, I've done it every which way, and you're not going to be successful here. So, you know, you got classes you taking. Do you have, you know, some other stuff that you're interested in doing? You're going to watch a lot of CNN, do these standard briefs or whatever it is that you have to do. But basically, don't worry about trying to be successful, because I've already done it and you're not going to be successful. I mean, you could be successful, but you're not going to, you know, nothing new and exciting is going to happen. Oh, a lot. And so for me, I am in the habit of, I listen and I hear what you're talking about, but then I make a decision on what I'm going to incorporate into what I've now decided to do. And then I'm going to bring my own flair to it, because I just think that that's important. It's important. It shows your growth as a leader, and we knew that was going to happen. And I'm going to fix it, but I got a couple of hands full of chocolate right now.